Good evening and welcome. My name is Ashley Bailey Chang, and I'll be your MC for St. Thomas Day 2022. I'm going to just quickly say if I sound out of breath at any point, it's because there is a baby that is compressing all of the organs and my ability to breathe, so please just bear with me. I'm so excited to be back on campus celebrating with you all in person in the Wolf Alumni Hall. I graduated from St. Thomas in 2012 with a degree in political science. I've served on the Alumni Advisory Board since 2017 and am the current president. This evening, we will recognize 6 members of our St. Thomas community. 4 extraordinary alumni, our Professor of the Year, and the 2022 Tommy Alumni Award winner, the Tommy Award winner. We will be inspired by their stories of service and contributions to St. Thomas. To our award recipients, congratulations. You serve St. Thomas, your professions, and your broader communities with distinction. Each of you reminds us of the powerful ways in which we can impact the lives of others and use our time, talents, and treasures to advance the common good. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce President Julie Sullivan. As many of you know, Dr. Sullivan will be leaving St. Thomas to become president of Santa Clara University in California at the end of this academic year. I want to take this opportunity to share a brief message with Dr. Sullivan on behalf of the Alumni Board. The members of the Alumni Board want to thank you for your leadership these past 9 years. You embody the qualities of an exemplary leader. Over the past years, we've watched you carry out the vision and mission of St. Thomas through your compassion, understanding, skillful problem solving, and uniting and aligning the university and many groups within, showing care through your words and actions. We are proud of the legacy that you will leave and that your leadership will have an impact on alumni, students, faculty, and staff for years to come. A true leader with all of these qualities is rare, and we are so honored that we have had the experience of knowing and working with you. Thank you, Dr. Sullivan, for your visionary leadership over the past 9 years.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. And I want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. And it's all of the people in the St. Thomas community that's made these 9 years such a joy and a blessing for me. This is a fabulous community and a wonderful place to work, to be, and to form friendships and to have colleagues. So I want to thank all of you. I'm also very honored to be providing some remarks tonight about the very impressive group of individuals that we're going to be celebrating. They exemplify our St. Thomas convictions, and they model what it means to be an ambassador for the common good. Each award recipient we honor tonight faced the challenges in their lives with integrity, creativity, and persistence. They have broken down barriers, discovered new methods to address old problems, served the underserved, and changed the status quo for the better. Our honorees embodied the spirit of our founder, Archbishop John Ireland, who challenges us as a St. Thomas community to ever press forward. This message is more important today as we face society's greatest challenges, and we seek opportunities for innovation and cooperation with the communities around us, both here in Minnesota and far beyond. As a Catholic university, we are stewards of a very powerful mission to prepare morally responsible leaders who engage in their communities, to strive to improve life for others and address the challenges of our world. This is precisely what tonight's honorees do, the kind of leaders they are, They live out the ideals of that Archbishop Ireland espoused, which were practical optimism, determination, and passion for the common good, and a commitment to advance the common good. The honorees you will meet tonight demonstrate how the St. Thomas community makes a positive impact in the lives of others in all walks of life. To tonight's honorees, I want to say thank you. We are so grateful to you for your incredible contributions. You make us all proud to be Tommies. And I would now like to introduce Father Christopher Collins, Vice President for Mission, to offer an invocation before our dinner.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to add my welcome, and especially to family members and loved ones of our honorees. It's a great privilege to have you with us this evening. So let's just take a moment in gratitude. It's kind of easy to be grateful on a beautiful day like today. We haven't had a lot of those, if you've noticed that lately. But that's a way of lifting up our spirits, and we're reminded of the beauty and the life and the hope that God has for all of us. So let's just allow our hearts to be filled with gratitude. Lord, we thank you for this chance to be together and drawn into your friendship and in friendship with one another, and to celebrate the mission of the University of St. Thomas and give thanks for the great giftedness of our honorees and all the ways that they have put their gifts to use for this world. And so we ask your special blessing upon us, upon the food that we're about to receive, our conversation, and keep us always mindful also of those who go without friendship and with food and the basic necessities of life. Keep us mindful to their needs. And we pray all this in your name. Amen. So enjoy the dinner.
My name is Karen McCoy, and I am the Associate Vice President of Alumni Career and Corporate Engagement at St. Thomas. It's been just over a year. I celebrated my one-year anniversary last Friday. Thank you. And I am very excited to be here this evening to celebrate with all of you, and to celebrate the accomplishments, the fortitude, and the resiliency of each of our award winners. The individuals we honor this evening demonstrate the power of mentorship, being a light for others, opening doors, and taking action for what you believe in. They represent the best of the St. Thomas community. Coretta Scott King once said, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members." As we will hear this evening, compassion is in abundance within this group of awardees. It makes me hopeful as we look to expand, grow, and engage our alumni community in more meaningful, impactful ways. As an institution and an alumni community, we are focused on the possibilities that lie ahead, while being mindful of the values and the mission that have guided us to where we are today. As we continue to engage with each other, with the community, and with St. Thomas to advance the common good, we can look to each of the honorees this evening as examples of what it means to make a difference and to give back in ways that lift all of us up. I am grateful to all of you for the impact you make, the example you set, and the light that you shine. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Sullivan up to the stage. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing a brand new award, honoring our remarkable young alumni. The Spirit of St. Thomas Award recognizes the professional or personal achievements of Tommies under the age of 40. As we were reviewing candidates for the inaugural award winner, one person quickly rose to the top. A 2012 alumna, her accomplishments not only include an impressive array of personal and professional achievements, but the positive change she's made through her work is awe-inspiring. Salome Tebebu is an award-winning mental health and patient advocate, digital health investor, and social entrepreneur. She has worked across industries and organizations to change the conversation around mental health and to use technology to find new, innovative solutions to address mental health needs. Salome began this work as a teen when she established a mental health magazine designed for young adults by young adults. She is the founder of Cognific, a behavioral health consulting firm focused on advancing healthcare innovation and access, an idea Salome shaped while a student at St. Thomas and later enrolled in the Fowler Business Concept Challenge, which she would go on to win in 2011. Salome also runs Going Digital Behavioral Health Tech, which is the largest conference dedicated to expanding access to mental health and substance use services through technology and innovation. She was selected as one of 20 young social entrepreneurs to represent the United States internationally at the G20 Summit Young Entrepreneurs Alliance in 2014. Her work as an investor, entrepreneur, and health and human services technology expert has been featured in the Huffington Post, Forbes, TEDx, Inc. magazine, Upworthy, and Psychology Today. Salome, I am proud to recognize you with the inaugural Spirit of St. Thomas Award. Please join me on stage to accept your award. The inscription reads, "In recognition of your bravery for finding your voice as a teenager to open up the conversation about anxiety and mental health, for using your voice to propel your vulnerability into a successful behavioral health platform, for facing fears to make a difference as an entrepreneur, investor, and philanthropist, transforming behavioral health tech into a life-saving space. The impact of your startups knows no end as your work expands equity and access to the underserved, for shining a light on mental health and towards those who need it most. The University of St. Thomas commends you and confers upon you its inaugural Spirit of St. Thomas Award." I would now like to invite Ashley back to the stage to introduce the remaining 5 awards. We will tell each honoree's story through a video profile before they receive their award from President Solomon. Regrettably, we were unable to create a video for Salome prior to the award ceremony tonight. However, we will share her video in the coming months. Ashley?
The Monsignor James Lavin Award honors an alumnus or alumna for outstanding volunteer contributions to St. Thomas. This year's recipient is Donald Becker, an Old Guard alumnus from the class of 1951. Don passed away last May at the age of 93, and we're grateful for the opportunity to honor him posthumously. Don's tribute was created by Laura Lee, a graduate of the class of 2007, and Brad Jacobson, our director of videography and a 1986 alumnus who was involved in producing all of tonight's videos.
Spread out across the dining table
This is his graduation picture, 1951.
are the memories
This is his class ring from
of a faithful St. Thomas alumni.
It says appointment calendar 1950. We're all in there. Our birth dates, our wedding dates, everything.
Everything is here, but not everyone.
I wish that he could be here. It's tough.
Joe, Steve, Tom, and Susan are the children of Donald Becker.
I did the eulogy and we talked about its family, faith, and friendships. That's what Don's all about.
And St. Thomas gave him all three.
St. Thomas was always just a part of our life growing up.
The 1951 graduate spent more than 60 years of his life here at his second home, inspiring others into action.
Every university needs a Don Becker, someone to tell the story. Don was a servant leader. He was the perfect volunteer. When you heard Don speak, you were proud to be a Tommy, and if you weren't a Tommy, you wished you were a Tommy.
Being a Tommy was a family affair. All four of Don and Martha's children attended St. Thomas. A number of spouses have worked for the university, and 8 of the 11 grandchildren are also Tommies.
I think it's a little bit funny that he exposed us to St. Thomas at a very early age, and I guess we're a little bit guilty of the same thing.
Couldn't have done half of the things he did without her support. He was the one that wanted to do things, but she was there every step of the way.
I can just recall all of the whole Becker family being together. Martha was there with them, cheering on Katie on the swim and dive team.
His children and grandchildren witnessed his deep passion for St. Thomas and his commitment to give back.
Don received the Society of the Arches, the Alumnus Magnus, that is our level 4. That is for an alum who, for decades, has given back to the university.
I don't think Dad ever tired of it. I mean, it drove him.
From Nativity Parish to the Old Guard Committee to creating the Class of 51 scholarship, Don seized every opportunity to bridge the gap between one generation of alumni to the next.
I think to some degree he was like a little bit of a cross-generational person.
When you knew Don Becker, you were wrapped in his family, and he never let go.
Family like Monsignor Lavin, who he visited every week at Little Sisters of the Poor up until his death.
He was such a giving person, and I think my dad really saw that in Father Lavin and maybe strived to be like Father Lavin because he was so giving.
For the Becker children, their father's memorabilia is what's left.
He took a lot of pride knowing that his kids and his grandkids all went to St. Thomas.
But his legacy, traditions of faith, friendship, and most importantly, family, live on.
Sends the message that he was the example and embodies what this award is about. And it makes us really proud.
Honoring his legacy, our 2022 Monsignor James Lavin Award recipient, Donald Becker.
Faith, friendship, and family, values that we all can aspire to and values that we all hold so dear. Joseph, Tom, and Suzanne, please come forward to accept your father's award. The inscription on your father's award reads, "For 66 years as a loyal St. Thomas alumnus, Don Becker was a passionate volunteer and a faithful servant. Having participated in more than 80 events, he effortlessly rallied his fellow alumni and gracefully advocated for St. Thomas. Whether engaging on the Old Guard Committee or as an alumni golf captain, table host, or proud fan, his positive nature and humble demeanor inspired those around him. He also gave generously to expand opportunities for future generations of Tommies, including creating the Class of 1951 scholarship. Without fail, Don lived and fulfilled the St. Thomas mission, earning him the Society of Arches Alumnus Magnus. In recognition of Don's incredible support of St. Thomas and his steadfast devotion to the alumni family, We salute him and confer upon him the Monsignor James Lavin Award. Our next award, Professor of the Year, is selected by the faculty and recognizes excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service. This year, we are honoring one of my favorite profs from my time here at St. Thomas, Dr. Angela Highpippert, Professor and Chair of the Department of Political Science in the College of Arts and Sciences. Let's learn more from writer and narrator Vanita Sawker.
Professor Angela Highpippert's office, high atop the John Roach Center, gives you a glimpse into her life.
So these are 2 temple rubbings from Bangkok, which I keep to kind of remind me of my childhood.
With a dad in the Air Force, she lived in different places around the world. The variety of books, all of these items make her who she is today.
One of my prized possessions, which is my signed Gloria Steinem Ms. Magazine cover. If there were a fire and I had one thing to grab on my way out the door, it would probably be that. Let's consider civilization as a tree.
She's chair of the Political Science Department and an inspiring figure being honored as Professor of the Year.
She's just so passionate about it, and I can tell she cares so much about all her students and wants us all to do well and learn every day.
Her connection with students.
Open it up that women can also end up with all that power.
And her focus on getting them to talk about classroom topics in small groups makes her a favorite professor to many who take her classes.
She always appreciates everything that everyone contributes to class. I think that that's part of making a welcoming environment, just making students feel like what they have to say is valued.
I think the best thing a professor can do is to set students up to be challenged and supported at the same time. I have really high expectations for students, and I have a pretty firm sense of how I think class time is valuable and needs to be used. So if we're going to do a small group, it's because I think that's the best way for students to learn that particular material.
I would clone her if I could.
Her former boss, Dr. Uhuru Williams, is one of her biggest fans.
Her scholarship, her service, her teaching, they all, in a way, map back to the mission of the institution. When you think about somebody who's committed to helping students think critically, to act wisely, and to really privilege the common good, gets no better than Angela Highpippert.
It's still exciting to me every day that the Vice President of the United States is a woman. And that's not a partisan thing. That's a group consciousness thing. Right?
Part of Professor Highpippert's focus is encouraging deep thoughts on issues and promoting the idea of public service. There's no better example of that work than her passion for Ready to Run, an initiative encouraging women of all political backgrounds to run for office.
The Ready to Run Minnesota piece is just like the cherry on top for me because it is a professional dream come true to, in addition to doing research in this area and teaching my students women in politics and feminist theory, to also have an applied research area, an organization that's committed to electing more women to public office. I mean, that is what made me a political science professor to begin with.
As William Arthur Ward once said, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires, something Professor Highpippert strives to do every day.
I just really hope people think more about what is possible for them. To be part of a university community that our whole goal is to foster that confidence in our students, to be all that they can, and to try to do their best to make a difference in their little corner of the world. I mean, I think that's really all we can hope for them.
And that hope is what makes Angela Highpippert the 2022 Professor of the Year.
Dr. Highpippert, please come forward to accept your award from President Sullivan. The award inscription is from Journey Toward Fulfillment, the Centennial History of St. Thomas, and reads, as one recalls the faces, the voices, and the classroom practices of outstanding teachers of years long gone, one is likely to be struck by the very great diversity among them. Yet each was an extraordinarily influential teacher. The University of St. Thomas proudly presents its Professor of the Year Award to Dr. Angela Highpepper. Our third award is the Humanitarian Award, which recognizes an individual's contributions to the betterment of the spiritual and material welfare of the less fortunate. This year's recipient is Carolyn Smallwood, a 1987 alumna. Writer and producer Lindy Sievert shares her story.
Hey, crew. I walk in this building with joy every day.
Throughout her career, Carolyn Smallwood didn't mind being the first if it meant she wasn't the last, paving the way for the next generation.
I stand up in fear and I move forward. So I'm honored to be here, and I love what I do. I love it.
At Way to Grow, she focuses on solving the deep disparities in early childhood education.
It helps me remember I can do hard things.
Wow, that is good.
Way to Grow serves children up to age 8 by providing support and services to families in their homes.
Trusting my voice helps me find my way.
Carolyn has found her way here for 18 years.
Could you tell her to come in for 1 second?
After an unconventional path to CEO. After a former life as a flight attendant, she enrolled at St. Thomas.
And I always wanted to be one of those women that carried that little bitty briefcase. I had that vision as a kid. So I said, let's make this dream happen.
But in 1986, her first semester coincided with the birth of her second child.
And while I was at home taking care of the baby, my husband attended classes for me, which shocked the professor. But I ended up acing the class. But that's how I started off. I really started off that way.
Just the beginning of breaking barriers.
I was the only woman of color in a lot of the St. Thomas classes.
Carolyn's entrepreneurial spirit carried her through, finishing her degree in just 2 years. Then, after success in the banking, nonprofit, and corporate worlds, the mayor came knocking with an opportunity to lead Way to Grow.
This is a little house that I walked up to the stairs and started at Way to Grow in September 2004.
And doors have kept opening since.
And it was like 16 of us in this building.
I view Carolyn as a trailblazer. Carolyn believes in people, and she particularly believes in children.
This little guy always sat up in my office. He would come visit me.
And all children are not born into the same circumstance, but all children have talent. And that's what Carolyn is committed to.
And I remember all of them.
Energy. Oh my goodness, that woman has energy. She's just rallied public officials, policymakers, leaders from every sector, business people, probably thousands of kids out there who are thriving and succeeding to a large extent because of what they have gotten from Way to Grow.
Ooh, gentle.
I always been there for those kids. My legacy, I hope, would be that I tried. Sometimes I have to make decisions, and I'm afraid, but I walk through it. And that's what I would tell students, do it afraid. Never give up. Surround yourself with champions and love.
For showing us the way to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winner of the 2022 Humanitarian Award, Carolyn Smallwood.
Carolyn, In recognition of your relentless courage, coming to the College of St. Thomas in 1986 as a new mother and trailblazer, determined to earn your business degree. Do it afraid became your motto. Tackling goals with an entrepreneurial spirit allowed you to become a leader in several sectors, from banking to the nonprofit and corporate worlds. In 2004, you found your greatest calling as the CEO of Way to Grow, boldly tackling the disparities, leaving children of color behind, where you still blaze a trail today. For being a fierce advocate, for changing the lives of thousands of children, for leading with heart and serving with joy, the University of St. Thomas commends you and confers upon you its Humanitarian Award. Now, we will recognize a student from the class of 2022. Sponsored annually by the Division of Student Affairs, the Tommy Award honors a senior selected by students, faculty, and staff as best representing the ideas of our patron saint, St. Thomas Aquinas. This year, we recognize Kevin Perkins, who will graduate in May with a degree in electrical engineering and a minor in physics. He is an Ignite Research Scholar and a Cerisi Walburn Scholar. Kevin has been involved as a student leader at St. Thomas in several ways. He served as a resident advisor, as the president of the Black Empowerment Student Alliance, as a student diversity and inclusion services linkages mentor, and as a member of the undergraduate student government. Kevin, the inscription on your award reads, "The senior selected by students, faculty, and staff who has displayed exceptional scholarship, leadership, and campus involvement. The University of St. Thomas proudly presents its Tommy Award to Kevin Perkins, class of 2022. Congratulations. Our final award of the evening is the Distinguished Alumnus Award, which honors an individual for leadership and service to St. Thomas, the community, and in his or her field of endeavor. The recipient this year is Michael Hoffman, a 1988 alumnus and the former chairman and CEO of the Toro Company. Lindsay Sievert shares his story.
Different businesses have different cultures, but Toro was very much grounded in, the culture of people values. And so I started here as a service rep.
As the landscape of the Toro Company grew,
so every little plaque up here is a U.S. patent.
A boy from Blue Earth, Minnesota became CEO, and 4 decades later, Mike Hoffman will never forget the steps that brought him here.
When I joined Toro in July of 1977, I didn't have day one of college.
But undeterred, Mike visited what was then the College of St. Thomas.
And it just felt right, and they had this new college program.
A new option for working students with classes on nights and weekends. So as Mike's career at Toro took twists and turns, he studied a decade straight.
From 1978 to 1988, I never missed a semester.
It may have been the long and winding road. I can tell you every moment was worth it, and I know all of you out there feel the same way tonight.
Made all A's. All A's.
High marks also came from Ken Melrose, Mike's mentor and predecessor at Toro. After a chance meeting on an airplane, a lifelong bond would someday pass the baton from one CEO to another.
And I remember Ken saying to me, Mike, you could be a dark horse candidate to run this company someday.
Seeing him there sitting across the aisle from me changed my life. And Ken was
the epitome of a principled leader.
Which is why just after Ken's death in May 2020, Mike made sure Ken's spirit as a servant leader will always live on.
I wish you could be with us today to celebrate the Melrose Center.
Well, I think his stories will live on in this space, Mike.
The Melrose and the Toro Company Center for Principled Leadership empowers tomorrow's leaders to give and serve as Ken did. All possible because of a $1 million gift from Mike's Family Foundation.
This center that he has helped to create does not bear his name personally, but rather that of his mentor. I think he's taught me a humility, an instinct to deflect attention from his own accomplishments.
I like to consider myself a model of Ken. And then you look up the definition of the model and it says a small imitation of the real thing. He was the real thing. So
I know you got real work to do, so
No,
thank you.
there's nothing else going on.
Real. The bonds passed yet again.
I would not be here talking to you today if not for Mike Hoffman. Around 2007, I had a breakfast with Mike.
And he was talking about his career and what he should consider, and I said,
you could be a long shot candidate to be CEO, and I've been the CEO since 2016, succeeding Mike. He will never talk about this, but if you just look at the performance of the Toro Company in the era that Mike led the company, it really was a turning point, and a lot of that is directly tied to the leadership characteristics and the personal characteristics of Mike, and we'll all be forever grateful for that.
Whether you start at the bottom, walk a long and winding road, or give back to where you began,
you don't want to.
Mike shows us mentors matter through it all. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2022 distinguished alumnus, Mike Hoffman.
The inscription reads, "In recognition of your unstoppable pursuit of excellence from the moment you stepped on campus in 1978, you earned a marketing degree studying nights and weekends at New College for more than a decade, all while launching an illustrious career at the Toro Company. For being the true definition of a servant leader, letting integrity guide you all the way to the seat of CEO. And even then, remembering how mentors matter, creating the new Melrose and the Toro Company Center for Principled Leadership in memory of your beloved mentor and in honor of emerging leaders. For these profound contributions, the University of St. Thomas commends you and confers upon you its Distinguished Alumni Award. Congratulations. Once again, congratulations to all of this evening's honorees. As you have seen, Tommies embody and advance our mission in extraordinary ways. Our award winners have made a positive impact in their communities and on the lives of others. They are role models and ambassadors for the common good. I hope you are as inspired by tonight's honorees as I am. As we wrap up, I would like to thank alumni, corporate, and career engagement, university advancement, marketing, insights and communications, dining services, campus ministry, ITS, and event support for their contributions for this evening's program. I also want to please remind our award winners to convene on the stage for a group photo. This concludes St. Thomas Day 2022. Thank you for being a part of this celebration. Have a good night.